Hey, Luigi here. This is the Gray Matter Project. This is a hobby. You can see as I am sitting in my home basement office, and this is my effort to share some opinions and maybe share my journey trying to formulate a better critical thinking about what's going on, and especially is my logical thought process in which I try to take my stances without being taken by ideologies and narratives. And I'm not trying to be a YouTube influencer or social media influencer, first because I really dislike this term influencer. I don't think like people should get influenced by other people, but people should get um, inspired by other people. And there's a big difference in the definition when you understand what is to get influenced by and what is to get inspired by someone. You inspired, and sometimes I hope I inspire you in some way that you can even disagree with me. I'm not trying to convince you to think like me. I'm just trying to convince you to ask the hard questions and make your own conclusions in a very civil way. And this is the most important part. So you might hear things that you disagree, but you will understand my process, and you might want to do the same thing, like things that I do, like reading from sources that I really don't I would not like to be exposed to, but I try to get exposed to so I can define my own biases and jump those fences and those barriers, these biases, barriers, right? And this is not an exercise of my own vanity or anything like that, because again, I'm not looking for likes and shares, but I had stopped for a long time doing this kind of things because um, I just felt like, who cares? I'm just a small guy with a couple of small businesses, and just a martial arts coach, or I don't see myself as a leader, anything like that. I just, somebody that knows well jiu-jitsu, I could say. I don't know everything. I'm not the best in the world. But I'm definitely someone that can guide people to be the best versions of themselves. So that's the mission, right? And to help people along the way. So I hope this helps people. And then when I stopped, after I was brainstorming with a couple of friends, a couple of students, someone that I really like and love, and then she said that I hearing me and hearing my wife, she changed her stance because she started like asking more questions, and so. And then I heard this from a couple other people, and I'm like, okay, it's just 3 people, 4 people that I know that maybe, sorry, decided to think for themselves. So that's good. It's not that they agree with me now. They still have their stances that are different than mine, but at least they are not just repeating talking points. And I also try not to repeat talking points, even though some points are common ground in many different ways. So my first, in this new intro video, I have recorded other videos. I recorded videos about immigration, and you can go on my YouTube channel, Luigi Mondelli BJJ. You go on the playlist, the Gray Matter Project. You're gonna see, I think, like 3 videos that I think I recorded last year about immigration. And again, I am an immigrant, as you know. You should know, or you probably know now, and you heard my voice and my accent. But what I realized and what motivated me to record those videos is because I see a lot of people, my friends from the left and from the right, and when I hear them talking about immigration, I realize like they don't know crap about immigration. They are Americans pro or against immigration, pro open borders or pro completely anti, immigration at all. But what I realized, like, they really don't understand. And even my friends, my moderate American friends born here, I realize they don't know the whole thing. So usually, of course, I'm like, who would know? And to know, you have to go through the process and to go through the legal process, like I had to go through until I became an American citizen. Same thing with my wife and etc. But so this first video, this is something that this is a book that I start getting into. I start reading, and I'm enjoying. And I actually watched first on Jordan Peterson's podcast on YouTube. I think season 4, episode 6. The name of the podcast is Abandon Ideology. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Professor Gad Saad, and the name of the book is The Parasitic Mind. I will play just a little clip here. I don't want to infringe any copyrights, but I will link here in the description, either on Instagram or YouTube, the link to the podcast and also the link for the book. And it seems to be a really good reading, and this is regardless of left or right. And you will see that he criticized both sides because both sides can get infected by this this parasitic ideas, or this type of pathogen type of ideas that can blind fog your own critical thinking, right? So take a look.
It's a great point that you raise, and I actually address it very early in the book, where I argue that it is absolutely not the case that it's only one side of the political aisle that could be parasitized by bad ideas and idea pathogens. The reason why I specifically focus on ideas stemming from the left is not because this is a political book, but rather because I operate, and you've operated your entire life within an ecosystem called the you know academia. And within the context of academia, the idea pathogens that are most likely to proliferate are those that are being spawned by leftist professors. This certainly does not apply that the right could not itself be parasitized by countless other idea pathogens. So it's not because I was trying to take a political position, but rather, as any epidemiologist would do, or I call myself a parasitologist of the human mind, I happen to be focusing on idea pathogens that are the ones that define my daily reality. If that
So this, I think that just a uh, little, talk, very quick. This excerpt here, it might give you an idea of the whole book. And I really recommend this book, and I really recommend people to do this self-assessment. What I really think is, based on these three pillars that I learned from, and I always mention this in other videos, there's three pillars that I learned for self-defense, for how we live our lives, and people that train the way that I train. And I learned this, again, just giving credit to who I heard this from first: Bill Rapier, Kyle DeFore, and they got this from Tuhan, Tom Kyer, and Datienza Kali group, the SIAC tactical group, and they also give credit to other people. But I think that having the willingness, so awareness, willingness, and preparedness, we're having the willingness to learn more and to expose yourself to different ideas and to do this self-assessment will help you to create this self-awareness, to see if you are just getting consumed by ideas that are not your own ideas. And that's the danger of getting influenced by other people. Now, if I motivate you, if I inspire you to maybe do the same process, go through the same process that I keep going, and this is an ongoing process of always defying my own biases and asking the hard questions, even to myself. Am I thinking this right? Did I do all my research? Did I, at least, like, something that I feel that will fulfill my own personal credibility with myself, my self-honesty? I think that will create this awareness, and I will be better prepared to face any type of debate, brainstorming, and not only that, to have my life in a way, or prepare my life based on my own beliefs. And I just want to make sure that my beliefs are really based on logical, factual thoughts. So anyway, so that's a Gray Matter project. This is the beginning. This is an intro. The next episode, I will talk about some sources where I'm getting some information to try to make some sense about this whole COVID thing, about this whole situation, this pandemic, and then the third would be about how big corps, big tech are in my opinion, colluding with the government to do the dirty work for the government. I'll get to that on the third one. And so the second one would be my suggestion, where to see some different points of view and some discussions that right now have been getting suppressed by big tech. And this is not conspiracy theory. This is not any type of, trying to be, like I said, a conspiracy theorist. It's not to be a domestic terrorist. This is just like, hold on a second. Let me just see if there are other researchers, other research, if there's no some other data that are not getting supplied to the people, and why we are not listening to other scientists and people that really have a credible knowledge, such as PhDs, such as scientists, such as many different people. Just because right now, well, I'm gonna get to that in my fourth episode. But anyway, just trying to keep this under 15 minutes. The Gray Matter Project. Thank you for watching this, and you can share if you like. And again, just my hobby, just my effort, just my way to cope with the anxiety of having to make some sense out of what everything that's going on in this country. See you soon.